Hello, and welcome back to Boson Buzz. I'm Monty Molecule. It's a modern heartbreak, that sickening tap as your phone or tablet meets a hard surface. You pick it up with bated breath, turn it over, and there it is. A spiderweb of cracks marring the glass, a permanent scar on your window to the world. For years, the solution has been either a bulky case, an expensive replacement, or just living with the damage. But what if our screens could learn a trick from our own skin? What if a scratch wasn't a permanent flaw, but a temporary wound that could simply heal itself? Today, we're applying a digital bandage at the molecular level, the self-healing screen. This is the story of giving our most vulnerable gadgets a resilient, regenerative skin. Glass, for all its clarity and toughness, is brittle. A sharp impact concentrates force on a tiny point, creating a network of cracks. The first line of defense was to make glass harder, chemically strengthening it, creating Gorilla Glass. This helped, but it didn't make it immune. Then came plastic screens, which were less likely to shatter but far easier to scratch, becoming cloudy and worn over time. The battle seemed endless: hardness versus flexibility, clarity versus durability. The ideal screen needed to be hard enough to resist scratches, yet flexible enough to not crack, a combination that seemed impossible. The answer didn't come from making a better glass or a better plastic, but from looking at nature's own repair mechanisms. When you cut your skin, a complex process of clotting and cell regeneration fills the gap. The challenge was to create a synthetic material that could mimic this process automatically, at room temperature, and without any outside help. Think of it like this. A traditional screen is like a beautiful painted ceramic plate. Drop it and it shatters. Glue can fix it, but the cracks are always visible. A self-healing screen is like a plate made of a special dense wax. If you scratch it, you can gently warm the wax, and the scratch flows closed, becoming invisible. But this screen does the warming all by itself, instantly. So, how does this magical material work? The secret lies in a revolutionary top layer. This isn't pure glass or pure plastic, but a sophisticated hybrid polymer. Imagine a densely packed forest of incredibly long, intertwined molecular chains. These chains are held together by two types of bonds: strong, permanent ones that give the material its basic structure and hardness, and millions of weaker, reversible bonds scattered throughout. Under normal conditions, these weak bonds act like a supportive net, contributing to the material's solidity. But when a stress point occurs, like the tip of a key dragging across the surface or a small focused impact, these weak bonds are designed to break first. They sacrifice themselves, absorbing the energy of the impact and preventing it from traveling deeper to break the strong, permanent bonds. This is what gives the material its remarkable scratch and crack resistance. This design is key. The strong bonds are like the steel beams in a skyscraper. They hold everything up. The weak, reversible bonds are like millions of tiny, elastic bungee cords connecting those beams. When a shock hits, the bungee cords stretch and snap, absorbing the energy so the steel beams don't bend or break. Then, miraculously, those snapped bungee cords begin to retie themselves. Now for the healing. Those broken weak bonds are chemically hungry. They want to reconnect. And because they are dynamic, they can. At room temperature, the molecules at the site of the damage begin to wriggle and diffuse. They slowly re-knit those broken weak bonds across the gap of a scratch or a fine crack. This process is accelerated by mild heat, not from an external source, but from the friction of your finger rubbing the screen, or even just the ambient warmth of the device in your hand or pocket. For a fine hairline scratch, the healing can be near instantaneous, vanishing before your eyes as you rub it. For a deeper scuff or a set of fine cracks, it might take a few hours, the material gradually flowing to fill the void, much like water finding its level. The end result is a surface restored to optical clarity, as if the damage never happened. This isn't just for phones. Imagine this coating on smartwatch faces, camera lenses, eyeglasses, car touchscreens, or the displays on public kiosks. Anywhere glass is prone to wear and tear. It would drastically reduce repair costs and electronic waste, and free us from the anxiety of carrying fragile, expensive slabs. The impact is both practical and psychological. It means no more panic over a slip from the couch. It could lead to devices with sleeker designs, as the need for bulky protective cases diminishes. It extends the usable life of our electronics, making them more sustainable. For industrial or military applications, it could keep critical displays readable in harsh environments. Looking ahead, the technology could evolve into multi-layer healing. The top layer handles fine scratches, while a deeper layer with a different chemical formula could address more significant damage. Future iterations might even be programmable to heal under specific triggers, like exposure to UV light. Combined with flexible display technology, we could eventually have devices that not only heal scratches, but can be bent or folded without fear of permanent damage. We are moving towards a world where our interfaces are not just smart, but resilient. where the wear and tear of daily life is no longer a cumulative toll but a temporary condition. Yeah, it's a fusion of materials, science, and biomimicry, giving our gadgets a lifelike ability to recover, ensuring that the window to our digital worlds remains crystal clear, no matter what life or our butterfingers throws at it. From permanent scars to temporary marks, the self-healing screen teaches our devices the oldest trick in the book of life: repair. It's a small layer with a big promise to make fragility a thing of the past and let us interact with our technology not with caution but with confident freedom. If you'd like to see more futures where technology learns from nature's resilience, please give us a like and subscribe to Boson Buzz. Until next time, have a safe and curious week.